All right, Kevin. This is my fourth podcast before the year is over. We're starting
Hello.
right now. Let's jump right into it, bro.
Let's
I
do it.
can't wait.
All
I've
right.
been rushing to get here.
All right. There. Cheers.
Cheers. Great way to start it. Great way to start it.
Yes, sir. Oh, I feel great. And thank you for having me on, by the way.
Anytime, Kevin. You're welcome anytime, bro. Bro, I'm trying to do a podcast minimum
Yeah.
because right now I've done. Oh my God. Actually, I've done three this week. I did
Yeah.
two last week. I'm trying to do minimum once a week. Once a week. So I'm dead serious, bro. Hit me up whenever we
Of
get,
course. Of course.
bro.
And you're doing a lot, so which is
Doing too
always
much. I'm
but
doing
you're doing a
way
good job.
too much.
I mean, look at this. Come on. Look at this.
Yeah, this is
Look
beautiful.
at
This is
this.
beautiful.
This is awesome. Oh my God.
I got
So,
done doing a podcast last night. I was in a rush, bro.
yeah.
Like again, bro. I feel it's gonna be on my mind all day that I was late. I was
Yeah.
hella fucking late. But it's good to do this because, like, do you see how long this took?
Yeah.
Bro, it's been an hour 20.
Yeah.
Bro, again, this is all practice, bro.
This is
Just
all practice.
at each one I realize that I do, I get better and better because
Yeah.
people like obviously you watch Joe Rogan, he makes it look easy.
Yeah,
That's why
right,
that's
right.
why everyone's like, I could talk on camera. Fuck this.
I
But there's a
think
lot
I
to it.
think we have a good setup here. Like this is cool. Like
This is a great idea to come on live.
yeah, yeah. But shout out to Rob.
Rob, yes.
Thank you, Rob. Just
Yes,
give
yes,
him a shout out.
yes.
Yeah, man, and thank you for the Lakewood Public Library for giving us this beautiful space.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our tax dollars are actually working right here at the
Thank
library.
you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you,
Thank
government.
you.
Hey, hey, you know what I want to talk about? Because
Yeah,
that's got to be fate. I don't know. That's a crazy synchronicity because we walk in and
yeah.
bro, right when I'm like Besa. That's Albanian word for uh, I don't know how to translate. Basically I'll call it honor.
Okay.
That's what Besa is. I'm like Besa.
Hmm.
Like what is this?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like this can't be some
right.
some Albanian shit. But like going up the stairs, yeah, they got a whole memorial in the library for the Albanians saving the Jews and during World War II. People don't realize this. Albania hid the most Jews during World War II.
I had
We
no
saved the
idea.
most. We saved the most.
No
You know what I'm
idea.
saying?
And,
So, you know,
and now they're in Long Island. So,
yeah, like we fucked up. No, but
oh yeah, man, that's fascinating. It's like when I was coming up the stairs here and there was
yeah.
just a bunch of Albanian stuff and I'm like, what are the odds of that? Like we just like randomly picked the library here and then they have everything that you're about like here. It's just like a coincidence,
There's too
man.
many Albanians. I used to live in Lakewood and I used to come to this library all the time. The city's filled with Albanians, honestly. There's
I
too
had no
many.
idea.
All the coffee shops. I mean, the culture, all of Lakewood's kind of changed, but like Albanians would always be in the coffee shops 24/7 down the street. I mean,
Yeah.
my whole childhood was down these streets, honestly.
Yeah.
I would walk down here every summer, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade. Like my whole childhood was honestly down the street. I'll go to the library, I
Mhm.
play video games, the exchange at GameStop. Like there used to be an arcade, I believe, up here too. Like I did so much shit up here when I was a kid, so I love
Yeah.
being up here.
Yeah. Yeah, and going to the coffee shop with you, like experiencing that culture was like really cool too. And I didn't know coffee culture is such a big deal in Albania.
Yeah, it's huge.
And it was really cool going to that coffee shop, that was just a very
Well,
eye-opening
I
thing.
wouldn't I wouldn't just say it's big in Albania, it's big in Europe. Coffee culture, like people just like the coffee's like McDonald's. Like it's just
Mm,
McDonald'sified. Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying with Starbucks, overpriced coffee, everyone's in and out. A coffee shop is like a bar, bro. You sit
Yeah.
down and you chill. That'll be absurd for you to walk in and out with your coffee. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like those would be weird. It's like you know what I'm saying? People are too damn busy.
Yeah. But it was just it's just really cool stuff. Just to do something different, just from eating
Yeah,
pizza
culture.
and
Yeah,
cheeseburgers,
yeah, yeah.
you know. And no, it was just a really cool thing to do.
I want to bring up Besa because it's
Hmm.
definitely very important. Bro, this Besa is our code of honor. And this is why we hit the Jews.
Hmm.
It's our code of honor. And I realized a lot of cultures have lost this. Like for example, like Japan would have Bushido with the samurai. Western Europe had chivalry with the knights.
Hmm.
Like Albanians have Besa.
Okay.
There's a code that we live by, and I could say it's like ingrained in my culture. Like I don't, it's not like my parents are talking to me about Besa and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like I would say like more northern Albanians I've noticed they use that word Besa. Like if you hear it, Albanians would say this, like you have my Besa, like you have
Hmm.
my word, you have my honor. Like they don't
Yeah.
break their word for anybody. And I swear, bro, I've definitely grown up with this. I think this is why Albanians, obviously there's good and bad people of all races and everything,
Sure.
but Albanians, what we have going on in our culture that all the other cultures have lost, especially in Europe, is a code of honor.
Yeah.
And Besa is one. And Besa, for example, in Besa, like there's actually, I mean, we go back to other things, but like there's definitely like a list of things like as an Albanian you should do.
Hmm.
You know, like I'm talking about the Canon of Lek right now. But with Besa culture, if someone knocks on your door and basically their life is threatened, or a bit like they don't have, how about this? Albanians are huge on hospitality. I'm dead serious, Kevin. Like for example, in America, if someone's knocking on your door, someone's trying to kill me, would you let them in?
Depends.
In Albanian culture, you let them in.
Okay.
Bad, good, doesn't matter. You don't need to know the background. If someone's knocking on your door,
Yeah.
yelling for help, you bring them in.
Hmm.
Like if they're like, hide me from the cops, you're bringing me in. Hide me from the Germans, you know, in this case, bring them in. Hey, my
Sorry.
landlord, I didn't pay my landlord. No, I'm there. Bring them in. Bro,
Yeah.
their hospitality is insane, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is what it's a part of it. This doesn't exist in Western culture because you
Hmm.
go to Albania. Albania is one of the poorest countries in Europe. There's no homeless people.
Hmm.
It's the poorest country in Europe. $1 in America. Yeah, I want to say no, no, no. Oh my God, 1 penny here is basically $1 in Albania,
Hmm.
or Nichin, or I mean, I'm sorry, 100 lek,
Okay.
because that would be our dollar, small to the.
Yeah.
So like, bro, these are poor people. You
Yeah.
think there's homeless people everywhere, just like America. But in Albania, bro, you don't leave anybody on the streets. Like
Hmm.
it's against their code. Like
Hmm.
people look down on you. People like just have no respect for
That's
you.
really cool though. Like it's a very bonding thing, you know? And it's not about like money and status. It's just about being a good person and helping others out. That's what it seems like. It's just a really cool thing. Like, um, we definitely don't have that in America. It's amazing what you could do if you just be a good person, really, you know?
Bro, it's just like cultures used to have like I don't know, like it's just lost in a lot of European cultures because no one believes in honor anymore.
Yeah.
Your word doesn't mean shit. Like everyone just like that's why I was telling you, like, I really like this is honestly ingrained in my culture, bro. Like I'm embarrassed I came here. Like
Hmm.
that's embarrassed. No, like I literally
No, you
lost.
weren't that bad. He was not, he was okay. He was
No,
okay. He
nah.
wasn't that bad. He was
So if I
fine.
say I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm gonna be somewhere. Like that's legit a part of
Yeah.
that's part of my code.
Yeah.
Bro, men used to live by this, bro, in like Western Europe and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bro, every culture has this, bro.
Germans are like I'm half German, and Germans are very on time.
Yes.
That's a very German thing. My mom, very on time. Like you, and it's very that's just part of their culture too. And
Very
a little
punctual.
too serious.
I don't know much about Germans, to be
They're a little
honest.
they're a little too serious. A little serious. But that was just me growing up. Like, cause on my mom's side, my oma, she was very like that. Everything was organized, and that's a very German thing to do. You
Mm,
know, they're great in a boardroom in an office.
okay.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
They love spreadsheets.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know. I'm making that up, but I'm just saying they're just very
Right. Right.
organized. You know, but but that's really fascinating about Albanian culture, and I didn't know, like, I don't really know much
Yeah.
about Albania, to be honest with you.
That's a huge part to learn about.
And
You're gonna see it out there too.
like I know Action Bronson, like the rapper,
Yes.
and I know, certain things, but I really don't know much about the country, really.
I mean, it's an obscure place. It's a small place. It's a
Yeah,
miracle we're even alive. I'm impressed that someone knows it. So
yeah,
I don't take offense to it.
but a lot of Albanians are coming here. in the last
There's
20.
millions here.
They've been coming here for they're probably since the 90s. I think they've been coming here
I would
more,
say, yeah,
don't you think?
and Ellis Island. Those are the two biggest migrations. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
But like in America
Yeah, there's
specifically,
millions, bro.
um
There's millions of
Albanians
people.
are coming over more.
I would even claim there's more Albanians in America than there are in Albania itself.
Yeah. That's like with
Robert
Germans and
Island looked
Irish.
that up.
I think there's more Germans and I think Germans are the biggest ethnicity in the United States.
Yeah, it
And
has to be.
um
Damn, you guys are everywhere.
too much, well, a lot of organization.
We are on the right side. We're on the right side.
Yeah.
Saving the Jews.
They're in Argentina.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. We could
Yeah,
talk about that too, bro.
yeah.
But they're just everywhere.
Yeah, man.
The Besa, this is something like Albanians don't have to explain this to each other. You know, like I'm for real,
Sure.
like, but like because it's so ingrained in our culture and how we grew up. Because there's so many more things to it. You could say like sometimes it gets a little extreme. Like people say Albanians are pretty intense,
Yeah.
but like honor is just completely gone from our culture. Like I saw it growing up, like the way kids would talk to me,
Yeah.
like the way kids would act, and they'd act like there's no punishment behind it.
Yeah.
Like it's bro, in Albania, it's ridiculous. I could
Yeah.
get so extreme with it.
Hmm.
Like I've got the Canon of Lek. It's a book, and
Okay.
I haven't read through it yet, but I've been meaning to. But some people in northern Albania, like this is how extreme it is. Listen to this.
Hmm.
In the Canon of Lek, it says this rarely happens, but this is an example how extreme it is. This isn't all Albanians, but in the Canon of Lek, it says the father started the family,
Okay.
so he has the right to end it.
Mm.
So let's say, for example, your daughter would bring shame. She would do something, very inappropriate.
Like an OnlyFans,
Sure,
something like that.
sure. Back then, it would just be like you're not a virgin or something.
Okay.
He would have the right to
Right.
take her life away. Like this is how serious it was.
They should do that with
It
OnlyFans.
it rarely happened though.
Yeah.
If someone or another example in the canon elect
Yeah.
is if, for example, hypothetical, we're both Albanians. I killed your brother. You have the right to kill my brother
Okay.
because we're even now.
Wow.
There's like shit like that, and like it gets. This is kind of the bad side of honor culture because it gets kind of bad. You've
Hmm.
seen this with knights and like Vikings and stuff. They'll kill each other over insults.
Yeah.
Americans are like, well, if anything could go a little too far, they insult each other and they disrespect each other, and that's an okay thing. But like in Albania, bro, you don't fuck around like that.
That reminds me of The Godfather and like Sicilian culture, like the
Yeah, number
revenge.
two. I don't know
You know
what
what I
you
mean?
call it. What would it be called? It's in Italian.
Oh, I forget, but I know.
Not
Do you know what I'm
Omastra.
talking about?
No, no.
No. Omerta's this code of silence.
Okay, that's still part of the code.
But they if you disrespect like they did that in The Godfather, like
Yeah,
Vito Corleone, they killed his mom. He comes back like 12, 20 years later and
yeah,
kills the guy. You know,
right.
there's a lot of that in
That's the code. That's
in
the code.
Sicily.
That's the code, bro. Like, I mean, that's close by me too. So these people,
Right, that's it. That's in that area.
the
Like,
mafia in Albania live by that code. Obviously, the mafia in Sicily live by the
yeah,
code. The Yakuza in Japan, they go
yeah,
by Bushido. It's
yeah,
by the samurai.
right. I just feel like with that, it makes sense because like with Albanian culture and Sicilian culture, you couldn't trust your government. You didn't have trust, you know what I mean? You're oppressed and you have to stick with each other. And I think that's where that comes from, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing I'm not like an expert on
Well, I'll
that.
say what I believe is like with honor culture, because this is seen all over the earth with men, but like the honor culture was put in place. Like if you read about like medieval knights in Europe,
Yeah.
they're honestly awful people.
Mm,
And you gotta remember this is a Christian culture too. So chivalry made it like you don't hurt women. You know what I'm saying? Like
gotcha.
you respect people, you're nice to people, you help out children. This is a part of chivalry, and it keeps knights. They have something in their culture to keep them in place because knights are violent people. They're warlords. They would enslave people. Like they're fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with samurai. You need Bushido. Albanians, you need Besa. But this is the problem. In America, in other Western countries, there's no honor culture. So everything's running on
Zero. That is very